morning rush. And we have a special guest in the house. She is Jenny Chisom Opara, and she's the author of MenCode, Empowering Affirmations for Living Without Regrets.
What do you mean, MenCode? Jenny, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Chika. Itohan. I'm great.
All right. Now, Jenny,
yeah.
When you say MenCode, a lot of persons are thinking like a woman talking about codes for men. When you hear guy codes, you just expect guys to talk about it. So, what informed this particular coding, if I can say?
Yeah. Thank you for that. Abuja, I'm excited to be here. First, what informed MenCode is my life passion, something I've been burdened about, that I finally birthed in 2016 through my blog, which is speaking of and advocating for males, for the support for men and boys.
Okay.
So the MenCode come about, like a year after, in the spur of the moment, really. It's a set of codes, that I think that if every man, lives by, per se, he will be able to have his life less complicated, have peace, and leave a legacy that is strong, that can open doors, if you know what I mean. And I think that, also because a lot of people generally are easily swayed by, this is how things are, peer pressure. We would think that peer pressure was just something for teenagers, but no. I mean, most men are in that. So most men do what they do. I mean, this by research, by people talking to me and my survey, because they want to please maybe their other guys, their friends, or they just want to impress a woman in their life, or they just want to, meet up with that societal, that status thing that you have to belong.
Yeah, some things you need to do to meet up with
exactly.
as a man.
And the thing about are you even a real man? So they need to always want to square up, and that's why there's so much vices. That's why there's so much, there's just so much happening, really. Not as if it's just a men thing alone, but men are my major calling. So that's why that came about. So there are 12 of them, yeah.
12 codes.
12 codes, yeah.
Can you just maybe list like 3 for us? Maybe not the entire thing, just tell us 3 codes.
3 codes, okay. Well, I think the number 1 is I am a man made in image of God, and God is my boss.
Alright.
So, so that is to say, I mean, you have to know that there's another man who should give you inspiration, who you should rely on, whatever your religion is not, Then I have one who is, I will be conscious not to repeat the mistakes of the men I saw growing up in my life.
Right.
I will be conscious, to make my own rules
to be a better man.
Yeah, there's also that in the code. There's one focused on marriage.
Right.
If I decide to get married, because we know marriage shouldn't be by force, I am committed to raising a home that will love people, live healthy and have love for others.
Right.
So like conscious parenting, which is also what is lacking sometimes, and we tend to say is a woman's job.
Okay.
So more men participating in parenting.
Okay,
yeah.
This is good. It reminds me of what Chimamanda Adichie said a few weeks ago about patriarchy for men.
Yeah, and how it hurts them too.
Yeah, she insisted that yes, they profit from it, but at the same time, it hurts them
Very
so
true.
much. Now, when you talk about male empowerment, a lot of women out there will say, do men really have problems? I want you to crush that particular norm that has been going on for a very long time.
Exactly. Generally we believe that a woman or women generally are the, let me say, marginalized gender. Because of some tradition, customs we have seen over the centuries that seem to relegate women to the background. Even from the holy books, it looks like women are the other people. Do you understand what I mean? So that has been entrenched. But we have come to a generation where we have seen the rise, or what seems like the rise of women, and what seems like what scientists call the male fail. Even though I don't like to use that term, but that's what it looks like. So a typical example, if in my normal day, I'm a young girl, so I get toasted by men who are first of all, they want to ask you, what do you do?
Okay.
You have like a role reverse.
Are we talking about inferiority complex here?
All of that.
All right.
All of that is what I mean by the components of the male fail. Do you understand? So how did we get there? If a man is born empowered, like we have be made to believe, which is why the feminist movement is saying, oh, women too. Why is it that just a little effort to push women to take their place, it looks like we have more men who can pick up the bills, we have more women paying their dowry through their husbands, we have so much divorce, and it's women that are filing these days because they just can't continue. So they're just, do you understand? So where is the male all of a sudden? The male that we thought was courageous was that and that. What happened to those expectations?
But if you
Do
look
you
at,
understand?
if you sorry to cut you, but if you look at all of these things, you also want to ask the question,
Yeah.
where did we as a society get
Miss
it wrong?
it exactly. So for me, I feel that where we got it wrong is that we're not consciously empowering everyone.
Okay.
We always had this mindset that when you're born a man, you are empowered. So we don't even when a man didn't go to school and is struggling, to get a job, we just put him on the pedestal. You're a man, you should have a certain thing.
No matter what
without
happens,
putting in
you
consideration,
must
yes,
succeed.
to his humanity. What does he go through? And then we also have a like a set of things that we believe a man should meet up. Like every man is supposed to be the same. We also categorize men and female like it's House of Men will say that girl talks too much. Like she doesn't know that if she continue talking like this, she won't get a husband. Like crazy. There are women that are extroverts. So it's just human. It's not be male and female. Then when you see a guy who is too quiet or who is very responsive to female, they say I don't want a woman rapper. Then he's not trying to be bold by maybe you in school, he joined cultism. Exactly. So all of that is breaking us down on a daily basis. So it's more like a call to humanity. First of all, deal with people according to humanity, not about their gender and stuff, and all of that. So it's a little mix of all of that. And I'm saying let's come to the table of discussion with balance. Let's not say women empowerment. And we've never had male empowerment, So anywhere I go, people are saying, "What's that?" Yeah. So if you believe that you should empower a woman with skills, with emotional support and the rest, what happened to the man in her life? If after empowering her, she goes back to a damaged man, what happens to that empowerment you have given her? So in fact, I think it's the shortest cut to empowering women and children when you can empower men.
Okay, now Eric, you said you've been behind the mic. You said you've been a blogger for 9 years.
Yeah.
Now, what has been the reception you've gotten from people when you say you're into male empowerment? What do people think? Like the first instance, a woman talking about male empowerment. Like, what do you really know about male empowerment?
Yeah.
So
I get that a lot. But meanwhile, I haven't always been blogging on male empowerment. My blog was first of all, I blogged 2 other niches over the years. So I began male empowerment in 2016 when I set up my main group and and all that. So yes, I get that a lot. People say, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" And all that. So I get the reaction of, "What?" I think that's a need, but I've never really thought anybody would be bold enough to do this. So that's one reaction I get. Then I get men asking to be sure. So they come asking questions like, "Oh, what do you think about feminism? What do you think about?" So they are sure that you talking about men is not bashing men. Exactly. So when they now find out that I'm pro you, I'm pro men.
Do men open up to you?
Very much.
Do they let you? Because for a man to let a stranger in, not talk of a woman, it's very, very difficult.
Very true.
So when they let you in, how do you help them?
I provide like therapy classes, or sessions now, one-on-one therapy sessions. I also do coaching. Like I'll tell you off camera, I had to, when I said I thought it was just advocacy. By last year, I get a lot of, and beyond even this, I've always had men naturally. I've always had my friends who have always been more of guys and stuff. Okay. So men naturally open up to me. They will even tell me things that they said they've not told their wife. It happens almost every day. Okay. So when I started seeing the need, where people say, "Jenny, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you about this?" And I give them and I say, "Oh, it worked." And then they will call me with their wives to say thank you. My wife says I should thank you and all that. I've had some of my exes come back with their wives, and then I'm now close to them and their wife, because somehow their wife feels comfortable that I know that you're not. Do you understand? So I now began to say consciously I need to go get some more training on human behavioral change and stuff. So all of the NLP, fear mastery, emotional intelligence, I had to. I'm still on the path, so yeah, I'm acquiring all of that to be able to get the skills to help them.
So male empowerment is still new in Nigeria.
Yeah.
In fact, when people hear about it, they'll be like, "Okay, a woman in charge of it." So, like you said, a lot of men have opened up to you. So, how can other persons who may be interested in knowing what men go through, be encouraged within our Nigerian society to do something as bold as this?
Okay, great. I think I would say that. What has worked for me is that I have broken out of the norm. Like a person, you have to be like people on the other hand say what drives you. I say what drives me is people. I can't see somebody hurting and then I'm like, okay, because I'm just a girl, will they listen to me? If I go touch her now, they might misinterpret it and then I won't act. Like do you understand? So I would say believe in the authenticity of the burdens and the things that ache you. and go out and be a positive change. So don't be, we are so stuck up on what will people think. Who are these people? They are waiting to be inspired by you, if at all, but you are there afraid. So I would say step out, and I would say that in the last 2 years I started, I've inspired a lot of people who have begun to speak up for boys in particular. I've not had anybody speaking up for men, because this is, oh, that Jenny, you're both those men, and I don't know how they open up to you. When they come for an event, they're like, see how the men, we are all there, they didn't want to go. What did you do to them? I'm like, maybe let's say grace, divine. When you're wired for it, you're wired for it, something like that. But I've inspired a lot of people who have started, also talking of, because they're like, let's catch them young before they are damaged. Let's get them at the point where we can even build a better set of men for the generation. Yeah. So I have all of that spectrum. So I now have new partners, and it's very encouraging. Like when I started, I was just a lone voice.
That's very good. All right, it's a Beat 97.9 FM, the heartbeat of Abuja. We've been talking to Jenny Chisom Opara, who is author of MenCode, Empowering Affirmations for Living Without Regrets, and she's been talking about male empowerment away from the norm. Trust me. All right, thank you very much, Jenny, for joining us. Are you on social media?
Yes,
what are your social handles?
I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of them at Jenny Chisom Blog.
So if they need to reach out to you, they can reach out to you
Jenny Chisom Blog, any channel.
At Jenny Chisom Blog.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for
Thank you,
Itohan, and
Chika.
keep doing what you're doing.
I will. Thank you for the encouragement.
All right. It's the B 97.9 FM. We'll be